and fellow space adventurers. Welcome to another episode of MNmaxed in Space. Brought to you by the subscribers of our Patreon. A recap of Session 13. After having dealt with some very creepy zombie children, the crew moves on to find a group of familiar-looking undead, and more indications that they are with the ominous FEO. From there, they discover an ancient Castrovellian robot whom they befriend, and then immediately begin to try and convince to kill himself for the greater good. After some conversation, they move into the next room where they encounter another Drift Leach Swarm. The robot, Old Otto, does indeed sacrifice himself most heroically, and in the end, the Drift Leach Swarm is exploded. But not before dealing a great deal of damage and very nearly turning Captain Vale into an undead himself.
Vale drops to his knees immediately. Oh, shit. Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, I'll run up to where Old Otto exploded.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yeah, we did it. Look at that thing. I told you it would work. I told you.
There's a comical, patch of black char on the ground where Old Otto was, and his parts are strewn about.
Do you give the scorch mark a high five, Verican?
Yeah, I'd take a photo with it with my little, I don't know, woo!
Fucking
okay,
silly.
Yeah. Fucking showed those drift leechers who's boss. Way to go, guys. That was good.
Yeah.
Kirsch will move over to Vale and be like, I'm sorry, Captain. I did not get a chance to tell you that 3 applications of the Drift Leech curse would turn you into one of these undead.
Oh, shit.
That is my hypothesis anyways.
Wait, 3. What about the last time that it got me? At the, was that in the sun? Or was that in the drift? Or was that, someplace else that I don't remember?
It does appear to fade over time if it does not reach its peak. I do not know exactly what that time frame is, though.
Would seem that we've at least determined that it's the time from the last time this happened until now.
Yes, we can at least make some reference to that.
Do I get to build up an immunity to this damn thing at least?
Well, if you become undead, you'll probably be immune to it.
Well, let's go ahead and not do that then today, yes?
Yes, that would be preferred. Although there is a 5% chance that you at least remember who you are.
That sounds interesting. No, we don't want to toy with that. No. Well, good work, boys. Wait, where's the control council? Isn't there always a control council in these areas?
As you say that, there is something I do want to point out that I forgot to point out when you first came into the room. In the center of the room, where the Drift Leech was when combat initiated, is a device. It would take up about one of the 5-foot squares, and anybody who has traveled through the stars, which all of you have, would recognize this device as a drift beacon.
Oh.
That's why you described the room and then the monster, David.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Fucking drift beacon?
Yeah, holy shit. It's a drift beacon.
Like an actual, active running drift beacon?
An active running drift beacon, as far as you can tell.
Can I see if it's been altered at all? Computers or mysticism or...
Yeah, computers or mysticism. Yep, either one.
I'll go with mysticism for that. Oh, not great. We're going to 16.
It seems really strange, but as far as you can tell, nothing's weird about this drift beacon.
Is it, anchored? Can we move it?
Yeah.
Normally these float in space, so...
They do float in space, but also they can be terrestrial.
This might be a problem. This might be a very large problem. If our decoy has been discovered and they believe that we've come here, we may have company very, very soon. We need to get back to the Zuriel immediately.
So, David, I did, make a copy of his logs and have it on my little comm unit, right? My little handheld computer.
Yeah, you've got it all. You've got everything.
See, everything's not completely lost. We still have everything we needed to know about him. We just lose him.
I suppose.
It's fine.
Well, standing in the wake of this combat, seeing the drift beacon there, what do you decide to do?
Can I do a computers check on it?
Yeah, of course. Kirsch did a mysticism check on it. You get the same team.
That's the same result.
That same thing.
Perfect.
So yeah, same. You think it's just a normal drift beacon?
How easy are these to just flat out blow up?
To just blow it up? No, they're easy. They're not designed to be super durable.
Why would you blow up the drift beacon?
It's not an armament.
Do we want this here, or should we just get rid of it?
I'm wondering if we can like move it or something and put it somewhere that we want it.
I don't necessarily think that having this drift beacon here is a good idea. I think we should move it.
The other locations we were at weren't like at drift beacons, were they?
They were not.
Like these things aren't drawn to drift beacons for some reason.
Well, you don't necessarily know
Or
that.
perhaps this version of these ones were. I don't know.
I'm a little concerned. Did the Endeavor have a drift beacon on it?
No, they're stationary, or at least they're intended to be stationary.
Does it look like this drift beacon's always been here?
I don't even know what kind of check you make at perception.
Vulture?
It's not that hard. Yes, it looks well. It at least looks old, or if not old, I mean it's not brand new.
Well, I'd say we'd ask Old Otto if it's been here since he was at this location, but we can't really ask him. Verican, is there anything in the data files that indicates that he was here to help protect the drift beacon, by chance?
Go ahead and make your computers check.
30.
So you start going through things. You can jump through different files and different videos. You can see that as he patrols this area, the drift beacon is there and has been there for several years.
How long has the swarm been here?
A couple days.
Okay, so it only appeared as in stuff for a couple days.
Yep, so just to recap, you guys are in pursuit of a ship called the Cervantes, which you know is affiliated with the FEO, and you know that they stopped off here to do something. You don't know what. This is the location that they were at, and now they're in the Diaspora, and you decided to come check out what they did here. What you have found is a Drift Leach Swarm. And when you found that Drift Leach Swarm, it was huddled around a drift beacon that had been here for probably at least 5 years.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Yeah, I don't know either.
This is not a drift leach factory.
Nope, not at all.
It's kind of what I was expecting to find.
Yeah, I thought maybe they had hidden a drift leach factory down here, but
Well, okay. I think I'd like to establish communication to Commander Kuthari at this point.
Sure, you can open up a channel to her.
Is it a secure channel? Fucking FEO assholes. Wait. No.
this isn't even the real Commander Kuthari.
Yeah, that's the thing. Kind of thinking out loud here. Obviously, if this drift beacon was placed here prior to the Cervantes dropping off this Drift Leach Swarm, it would seem, it obviously did so in order to what exactly? Take over Castrovel to try to transform the entire planet? Was it maybe feeding off of the drift beacon energy? There's so many questions that are unanswered right now.
If anybody would like to make a mysticism check, yeah, mysticism, computers, life science,
Engineering?
to go over engineering, maybe, yeah, you could justify that, to go over all of the documents. You know, now with this additional information that Kirsch has figured out, you can add that to what you already know from all the documents you've gone over to try and learn more.
19 on a mysticism check.
19 mysticism, 20 mysticism,
20 mysticism.
and a 14 computers check from Verican. At least for Vale and Kirsch, you guys kind of put your heads together and try and figure some things out based on what you've read. Some of the things that you've read now start to make more sense. You know, the more pieces you get, the more complete the puzzle starts to look. And when you can see part of the picture, it can make the parts that you can't see more obvious what they are supposed to be. These creatures have some kind of connection to the drift. Drift beacons have some kind of connection to the drift. It makes sense that perhaps the Drift Leach Swarms are attracted to drift beacons or something. Some kind of energy force connects them. In addition, what you said, Tyler, you think is probably pretty accurate. The Cervantes likely dropped this Drift Leach Swarm off here at this location for some reason that you don't necessarily know. And as you put the information together from what you've read, maybe the Drift Leach factory where this swarm came from is on the Cervantes.
And the Cervantes is the one that we think is trying to draw us into a trap.
Yes. Yes, you were contacted by the ambassador for Eox, who told you that it was a trap.
It would seem as though all of the signs point us to the Cervantes next, don't they?
It does appear that way.
Well, I don't see any reason to completely take this drift beacon from the Castrovalians. They obviously put it here for a reason. There's plenty of drift beacons out in space. I am a little concerned about their attraction to them. What could they be trying to accomplish? I wonder if perhaps there's some way that these leeches serve some other purpose other than turning live humanoids into undead versions of themselves. Perhaps they're trying to find a way to more directly connect the material plane and the drift together.
Perhaps it's just to start pockets of these creatures being created and causing fear and panic.
It seems to be something to contemplate. In the meantime, let's return back to the Zuriel.
Well, you are certainly able to just go back the way you came. Is that what you want to do?
Essentially, yeah.
So assuming there aren't any other signs as we leave that there's something else out here.
No, there wouldn't be. So as you leave, you would leave the ruins, and then you'd cross over the stream that you went. You'd go back into the jungle, follow the path through the jungle. You'd come back to the other stream where you faced the weird eye-stalk beast. And shortly after that, you would come up to where the police cordon tape was, and you would see that there are a couple officers standing right where you guys would have originally entered. Now, you would be some ways back, and they wouldn't necessarily have noticed you right away.
Because they're not good at their jobs.
Vale will pull his steward's badge out and calmly walk toward them, not attempting to hide myself at all.
Once you get within, 30, 40 meters, they would notice you. Hey, freeze!
I hold up one hand and hold up the badge, and are there, how many of them are there?
2.
Gentlemen, please. And I hold up my steward's badge. We've come here to address the small problem that you have here, and we have more or less taken care of it.
Would the rest of you have come up as well, following Vale, or would you have hung back?
I mean, I see no reason to stay back. So Kirsch would have gone up.
Bubbles would go up.
Varican, you're the wild card.
Wild card! I take out the rail gun and shoot him. No, I'll just follow along. I don't really have anything. I'm still kind of like riding a high right now from earlier, so.
From blowing up an ancient and one-of-a-kind creation?
I think so.
Approach slowly. Do not reach for your weapons. Come here and we'll scan those badges.
I have no weapons to hide, gentlemen. Please, scan the badge.
They do. They run the ID. It, of course, comes back verified at the highest levels.
Stolen.
Why did you just go in? Were you the ones that went through here and disabled this to begin with?
Most certainly.
Why would you do that and not contact us?
We find it's best not to disturb the local populace while we are conducting our business.
That's highly unusual, but I guess I can't stop you.
It was also time sensitive.
Look at us and look at you. Do you think you would have been able to handle what we just did?
Well, what did you just handle?
All of the undead are disposed of. The black cloud of creatures has been destroyed. And although the locals are all dead at this point now, dead, not just undead, you can take down the tape and get to rebuilding, whatever that means for you.
Wait, so the thing that did this is gone?
Yes, gone, dead, destroyed.
How did you know about this? This was a local issue.
Let's just say that we have been following the culprits that are responsible, and this is not the only thing that they've done in the Pact Worlds. We've been following them for some time. Now, if you please, you're actually holding us up from doing our jobs at this point. We need to return to our ship.
Fine, by all means.
This is like the CIA talking to like the local police force.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, it's like every time the FBI show up in like any cop movie ever.
We'll handle it from here, alright?
You can
Go get me some donuts.
Yeah, I like
Well,
that.
here are all the facts so far. Did I ask you?
This is my crime scene. Not
Cream, no
anymore,
sugar.
it's not.
I will absolutely, importantly, stride by them and just ignore their scoffs and everything
Fantastic.
and return to the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get back, you're able to get back to your ship, and there's no issues. You're not being detained or anything.
Man, I'm power tripping. That felt
They
good.
could have.
And it's up to you what you wish to do next. I will remind you that you do still have a confiscated shuttlecraft in your cargo bay that I think you were going to take to Absalom Station to have scrapped again. You've got the option to do really anything you want, I suppose.
I mean, this is just my thought. I'd say we head back to Absalom Station. We scrap this vehicle. We go to the steward's installation on Absalom Station, which I imagine would be, a larger location, and we could probably create a secure channel with Commander Kusari. Kind of let her know a little bit about what's going on, including the deepfake that we got from the Castrovel trying to bait us into the trap, and then see what kind of resources we can get from them to maybe reverse the trap on the Cervantes. Because they're going to end up finding that beacon of ours, and they're going to know. And they have a way to get back to Castrovel quickly because there's this drift beacon that's here, and they obviously know about it. We just have to figure out where we want to fight them. And I don't know if fighting them on their territory is a good idea. Bergen, do you have any experience in the Diaspora at all? You seem the character to have that. No offense.
I've been hired out from there a few times, but I've never actually personally gone. I've mainly stuck around Absalom Station. Some yaks.
Well, let's head back to Absalom Station. Let's see if we can get off of this craft first.
All right. Whoever wants to roll the 1d6 to see how many days it will take you to get there, feel free to do so.
El Capitan.
Sure. 3 days.
3 days. Takes you 3 days to get where you're going.
Should we go to Bob's? Berries? Bob's?
Berries.
Berries, shit.
Berry bubbles. Is there anything you want to do during those 3 days?
Rest a lot. I'm feeling drained.
So you are able to get to Absalom Station without any incident. You're able to park your ship amongst the fleet and hire a shuttle to bring you into Barry's dock, port, workshop area, if that's where you want to go first.
Let's say, yeah. Let's see how long it's going to take for him to part this thing out.
So, of course, as you're coming in, he would have received word that you're coming, or maybe you didn't. Do you make it a surprise? Is it a surprise visit?
I'd leave that to Bubbles, I think. Mr. Bubbles will be headed straight to Barry's as we exit the drift. If you want to let him know that we're on the way, or if you just want to surprise him, I'll leave that to you. Good, just the response I was expecting. Fucking dude.
Kill him.
When you get there, Barry Bubbles comes out and greets you.
Ah, it's my brother and his crew. Captain Vale, Kirsch, American, nice to see you again.
Hey, Barry. It's nice to see you again, too. Say, we brought something.
Ah, what'd you bring?
It's this shuttle that was intended to whisk me away while we were on Castrovel. Not Castrovel. We've been so many places recently. The Sun.
You've been to the Sun and Castrovel since I last saw you.
Yes.
Man, you guys are keeping busy.
That's an understatement. Well, I'd like to see what we can pull off of this shuttle here, and I think the Zurio could use a little bit of an upgrade. If you think you might be able to help us with that.
Absolutely. Happy to for my brother and his friends. How are you doing, Mr. Bubbles? Ah, good to hear it. Good to hear. You're looking very strong. I would say you've leveled up a bit since I last saw you. Mom will be proud.
I forget how strange this is.
We're just like everybody's sitting here watching Ted like point up and nod.
So yeah, I'm sure you could like pull up like the picture of the shuttle that you have in your cargo hold and show him.
Oh, well, that's a real nice shuttle. That's a T1375816 Model J.
Barry, it sounds like you just spewed off a bunch of letters and numbers at me. How much UPB do you think we could get off this thing?
Well, I didn't do that, but the GM did.
Who's the GM?
We're breaking the fourth wall.
I guess that's what we do in Barry's shop. Don't worry about
We
it.
100% break the fourth wall in Barry's shop.
Well, I tell you what, since these are so nice and some of these parts are real valuable, keeping a little bit for myself, just grease the wheels.
Obviously.
I could get you 40 build points off of this shuttle.
Well, that sounds very nice. Barry, what do you say we pack everything up? We'll send you out to get it. You take whatever parts you think are necessary from it, and even if you just want to give us the equivalent of 40 UPB from your own shop and keep off of the shuttle whatever you'd like, I think it's time we do some upgrades.
Fantastic. You've got 40 build points from this shuttle to use. Get whatever upgrades you want.
Barry, I feel like you're a good person to ask this to. We currently have 5 BP that we could toss onto the Zuriel, but maybe we're thinking about bumping it up a tier or 2. How do you say we do that?
Strange you should ask. In fact, I'm going to probably have to retcon what I told you before and make it 45 BP. Because I wanted to give you enough to make it a tier 4 ship, which is supposed to be when you hit level 4. The ship is supposed to upgrade with you.
That sounds really appropriate, Barry. Thank you.
Yes. More fourth wall breaking.
So you should have 115 build points, and you can use that to upgrade anything you want. I think just having that makes it a tier 14 or tier 4 ship. That's just that much you spent on it. But you also get an HP increase at tier 4.
Nice.
Many hours of determining ship upgrades later.
Did anybody have anything they'd want to do at Absalom Station before you leave? It'll take a few days for the upgrades to be done on your ship, so you'd have a few days.
What was the name of the Eoxian embassy guy? Have we connected base with him?
I don't recall you saying you were going to do anything with him. He was the one that contacted you and said that he knew that the Cervantes was a trap.
Ah, that's right.
But he is on Absalom Station if you wanted to go meet with him.
I mean, he let us know it's a trap, and then we turned course and went to Castrovel instead.
Yes.
It may be a good idea for us not to go talk to him. Like, specifically not. We don't want to tip off any more than we may already have.
Sounds good to me. I don't think I have anything I need to do.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to talk to anyone else. But does it really matter if we go talk to that guy? Because it's already a trap. So
It's true. We already know it's a trap.
Well, we know it's a trap, but do they know we know it's a trap?
By this point, I think you could reasonably assume that they certainly would have discovered your decoy.
Yeah. Yep. We did have the decoy, and we were pretty sure that they were going to find that. So then the question becomes, do we take any other precautions attempting to be sneaky here somehow?
Like trying to get there without them knowing we're coming?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not necessarily certain that there really is anything we can...
Starship roll a stealth check?
I think we could figure something out with some kind of piloting check to try and, particularly if you're going to the Diaspora, I'm certain there'd be asteroids you can hide behind.
we have how many ships do we have in the cargo bay? Do we have ground ships or something like that?
You've got your ground transport and 2 escape poddy things.
Yeah, we've got the Sheriff.
I think it'd be super badass if we just fucking dead crew the
Zuriel?
Yeah, the Zuriel, and then just send the boarding party in on. That would be badass. I'm 100% for that.
Just fucking bypass Starship Combat entirely.
Yeah.
Do all this preparation for it and just, nope, fuck that.
Fuck it. I'm fine with that too, whatever you want to do.
Boy, that's interesting. Do we know what those ships? I think those were tier 1 escape pods or something like that. They were really small tier 1 ships.
They're probably tier 1 quarter, even if that.
Because if we send the Zuriel like to that area, that'll trigger the trap, but there's not going to be anyone there. I don't know if there's some way we could put like a scanner block on them at all, like jam their scanners or something.
Like so they can't find the small ships?
Yeah, and then we show up right there and then just take the ship. Because
I want to say that's a thing to jam their scans.
Only slightly concerned about that because we're making the assumption that the Cervantes is the only ship that we need to worry about. If we end up coming across multiple ships, I suppose we could board the one and turn it against the others.
Yeah, that's true. Or we send me and Mr. Bubbles, and you guys pilot the ship and gun the ship, and then we'll go in.
Interesting. Boy, that's fucking risky.
I like it, man. I think
But
it's really, yeah.
It's a fun way to turn the trap against them.
Right. Because, I mean, they know we're going to show up. So,
Yeah.
if we show up, but we're not fucking there, and then we're just on their front doorstep, like...
How far can those little ships travel?
They are straight up starships.
They have drift engines,
They don't have drift engines, but they have good maneuverability.
so we'd have to get close before we could launch them.
So a level 4 signal jammer would be 1,600 gold if you wanted to get one.
Oh.
Get a couple of them.
How do they work exactly?
A signal jammer blocks all communication devices from sending and receiving broadcasts. Each signal jammer is designed to affect one specific broadcasting medium, such as radio or wireless. You can attempt a computer's or engineering check to bypass a signal jammer's effects or to determine the location of the jammer. The DC to bypass the signal jammer is 15 plus the signal jammer's level. And attempting that check takes 1 minute.
We could definitely make it that because we'd be dropped off within 12 miles because that's how far the signal jammer would go.
Yep.
And then we would essentially leave, and then we could make it to their place within the time frame that it would take them to even attempt the scan.
So here's the only downside.
They look out a window.
If we're in the Diaspora, yeah, also looking out a window. Like one thing we can do is set the Zuriel to drift, where if we launch the fighter ships with the Zuriel in movement, then it would move at half speed until it was stopped or rescued or of some kind. But the Diaspora is an asteroid belt. We would risk the Zuriel getting wrecked.
Do you guys have an autopilot?
Yeah, I thought we had an autopilot.
You should.
I don't know.
I see no reason your starship wouldn't have an autopilot, particularly because it's a yacht. You think that guy wants to be up there piloting his ship all the time? No.
He pays somebody to do it.
That's true. He had a crew.
I mean, otherwise, we are on Absalom Station right now, aren't we?
Yeah, you could get an autopilot.
We're still there.
Yeah. We could either get an autopilot or go to the stewards and be like, hey, we need a fucking, like a 2-man crew to literally just drop us off at the Diaspora as we go in.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're stewards, like, we're working with them. We haven't done any, like, we haven't asked, like, hey, we're going to this place. Can you guys send 100 stewards with us so we can go clear it out? Like, we've done all this legwork ourselves.
Okay, so if we ask for a skeleton crew, just maybe even if it's 2 guys, right? We can get 2 people to help us out.
Here's an idea too. They could stay there for a round or even 2 rounds because their ship is not going to explode in 2 rounds no matter what. They just might take some damage because they can engage them. We can take off, and then they're not going to, like, with the signal jammer going on and also the Zuriel shooting at them, they're probably not going to be like, oh, they're signal jamming. There must be a fucking escape pod that just set off and is going to come into our ship.
Not if the Zuriel's shooting at them.
Yeah, because I guarantee our mini escape pod is going to have better maneuverability than their big ass ship that they have, right?
Most likely.
Yeah. So I think we could definitely do that if we wanted to, but we would entirely avoid space combat.
We would.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I really like that. That sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah, I do too. Like, it sounds so awesome though, just being like, all right, there's a huge space battle going on, and we're in this tiny little escape pod, just cruising through it.
Fucking sliding in,
Swanee, Ted, what do you
taking
guys think?
over.
I think it sounds good.
Verican and Vale are sitting in Barry's shop talking about how to approach the trap, and it just makes the most sense to us. We only really have 2 options: fall into the trap and hopefully we overcome it, or turn it around on them.
Bring a second trap. It's a trapception going on here.
Trapception. I would imagine that this would be a moment where Varican and Vale are like sitting around with a drink going, or we could do this. Yeah, we could sneak up on them.
Like we take like the beer bottles and like the beer, like the bottle tops, and like we're like planning it out. Like, okay, so they drop us off, the bottle goes here, and then the bottle cap goes around, and the other bottle chases the other bottle. Yeah, it would work. It would work 110%.
I like it, Varican. I like it a lot. Flip the script.
I mean, if they know that we know it's a trap, there's no reason why we shouldn't do this, because they're going to be expecting us knocking on their front door. And if we manage to get inside, we can easily take that ship by force.
They expect us, being stewards, to take the honorable route of engaging them head on. I like it. I like this a lot.
Well, we have to go talk to, who's the commander?
I have forgotten the name, so that's all right. It'll be a new contact this time. Somebody else.
Kirsch, come here.
Yes, Captain?
Can we open up communication with the steward's facility on Absalom Station? We have a request.
Certainly.
You're like around the table, Varican, it's like beer bottles and caps all over the place in strategic formations. And
One's like smashed because I hit it with the butt of a gun. I'm like, that's how we take it out.
They're both half drunk.
We have important things that we need to discuss.
Kirsch, my good buddy. Still got contacts with the stewards.
All right, sure, Kirsch, you are able to contact the steward outpost on Absalom Station, and you would get a low-level phone answerer.
Phone answer.
Receptionist?
Hello, this is Private Hanem. How can I help you?
Private Hanem, I need to speak with your manager.
Manager?
Sorry. Let me start from the beginning. This is Captain Vale of the Zuriel.
You hear like clicking in the background, typing on a keyboard.
Let me know when you've got my profile pulled up. Do I need to give you my account password? I forgot my account password. Kirsch, what's the account password?
I can reset it. I don't remember it.
I can send you a template.
Call center, the RPG.
Oh my God, the worst RPG in the world. By the end of it, you all kill yourselves because you can't take it anymore. That's every session ends in character complete TPK.
We try to change it. It says new password cannot be old password.
All right, I'm going to need you to make an empathy check. The customer is getting impatient.
Oh God, I hate it already.
Random encounter. The customer is talking about their dead child.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, set to ready, hang up.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh God. We could all actually put something like that together too.
That is the worst thing in the world.
Oh God.
Private Hanem will say, yes, Captain Vale, I have your information pulled up. How can we help you?
We are looking for resources to assist in our next mission. Is there a commander or a lieutenant that we can talk to that might be able to help us out?
Sure, let me pass you through to Lieutenant Phillips.
Thanks, Private.
Another voice comes on the line.
Hello, this is Lieutenant Phillips.
Lieutenant Phillips, this is Captain Vale. I don't know if the Tier 1 representative passed you my information again, but Captain Vale of Zuriel.
Yes, your profile is pulling up for me, Captain.
So, I have some requests for our next mission. Is there parameters on what we're currently doing right now?
Well, I am briefed in what you are doing, and I'm looking through the information now, and it would certainly seem that it is highly classified, but also of highest priority.
Extremely on both ends. So here's what we need. We need a pilot to accompany us on the next mission, as well as a gunner.
A pilot and a gunner. I think I can spare that for you.
Let me talk to him.
Hold on. Here's my pilot.
Right.
Pilot, I have down here a Verican heart.
Yeah, that's me. All right, we need a good pilot and a good gunner. I don't know if he told you that.
I'll get you the best that I can.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me talk to him.
All right, here you go.
Okay, so I forgot the good part. So we get the good pilot and the good gunner. Do you have an engineer to spare as well?
A pilot, a gunner, and an engineer. Do you need an entire ship's crew?
No, just the three. The skeleton crew.
Captain, get him a captain too.
No, we have one of those. We don't need a second.
I believe I can arrange this for you, yes, Captain.
Okay. No, those are important. But most importantly, we need the most advanced spaceship, starship, signal jammer that you have available. That if we have to, sign it out of inventory or what have you.
Let me check with my quartermastering spreadsheet. I have a level 6 starship signal jammer.
That'll do.
You will have to return it undamaged.
Is there, deposit or something?
Yes.
Okay, well...
That's up to the crew, isn't it? That's not up to us. It's up to the crew he supplies.
What is it that you're planning here, Captain?
Let's just say that I don't trust the line that we're on, and I don't plan on disclosing that. We'll let you know how it goes when we're done, though.
Would you like to come meet face to face?
Sure, we can do that. Can we do that tomorrow morning, though? I've got things I need to do tonight.
Yes.
Here's a bottle
be fine,
in the background.
I'll set aside a spot in my calendar for you.
Fantastic.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow, Captain Vale.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Hey, guys, I think we got it.
How'd it go?
I think
Kirsch hangs up the call, knowing that this is getting out of hand.
The morning comes. You two are hungover.
Gotta have stuff for that in the future. Come on.
Of course they would. Yeah. Do you want to go? So you want to go meet with Lieutenant Phillips?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you would go. Who all wants to go to the steward outpost?
I'll go.
Kirsch will go.
Mr. Bubbles?
I'll go.
All right.
I
So
don't know where we're going, but I'll go.
all four of you go to the steward installation here on Absalom Station. You are met by Private Hanum again at the desk, and he directs you toward the office of Lieutenant Phillips. Lieutenant Phillips is a human, middle-aged man with big sideburns.
Hello, Captain Vale.
Lieutenant Phillips, this is Verican, Kursk, and Mr. Bubbles.
Nice to meet you all.
Yes.
So, to business.
Do we have the crew?
Yes, I have 3 crew members for you.
Fantastic.
A pilot, an engineer, a gunner.
Let's meet them.
All right. We have pilot, Private Edwin Durbin, gunner, Sergeant Norbert Drobot, engineer, Corporal Cheryl Spitznoggle.
Lieutenant Phillips, can we talk about this signal jammer real quick?
Yes. What do you need to know?
We will certainly do our best to return it undamaged. However, its condition upon return will very heavily rely on your pilot, your gunner, and your engineer. Do you trust in their skills?
I do. You don't actually need to leave a deposit. It's fine.
Oh, good. I was kind of worried about that.
After researching your mission more, I realized that this is certainly something we need to provide to you.
Well, good.
But don't get used to it. You have to spend your credits on something.
Grenades are expensive.
That's true. They are very expensive.
He talked! Kill him!
All right.
Couldn't you tell that was in Ted's voice, not
That was
Mr.
Ted.
Bubbles'
Oh, yeah.
voice?
Not Mr. Bubbles' voice, obviously. It's subtle, but it's there.
Lieutenant, the secrecy of the mission is of vital importance. We do believe that our targets are spying on us, and we do believe that they have operatives in Absalom Station, as well as stationed all over the Pact Worlds.
Well, you can certainly rely on these 3.
The crew he gives us are spies for the Absons.
Oh, if that's the case.
Look at that smirk David has. Motherfucker.
It's more like just like, hey, that was a really good idea. Should have thought.
Yeah, way to go, right? Look what you did.
Fell right into another trap.
So when it comes to transporting the signal jammer, send it to Barry's shop and send it in an unmarked vehicle.
All right, that can be done.
In the meantime, have the crew meet us at Barrel's Bar down the way.
All right. Any idea when you'll be returning them to us, Captain Vale?
None at all.
Very well. Try and bring them back in one piece.
I will do my best.
It may be best if they are also unmarked.
Yes, don't
They should be in
have them
plain clothes.
plain clothes. Don't have them show in uniform.
All right, I can give them that information. Anything else of importance?
Make sure they have ways of defending themselves.
They're all capable, trained soldiers.
No, I mean we're not supplying them with weapons. Supply them with weapons.
Well, yes, of course.
Okay, no, that will be all.
Not energy weapons.
No, please give them all energy weapons. At the very least, put some fusions on those sons of bitches. Lieutenant, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Captain Vale, I wish you and your crew all the best in this mission. It is certainly of vital importance.
We will need it.
Very well. Good luck to you.
I give him a lazy steward salute and then walk away.
He gives you an extremely crisp steward salute.
Good. And I sarcastically roll my eyes at him and wave as I walk away.
Kursk returns the crisp salute.
All right, you've got your crew, you've got your signal jammer.
Oh boy. Things got a lot different real fast. We'll give the recruits some time to sit in Barrel's bar, and then we'll go meet them.
All right, so you go to the bar, and you have received dossiers on your 3 new crew members, so you would have, pictures of what they look like. And you see the 3 of them sitting at a table, casually dressed, discussing the new T-14 that just released.
What are we looking at? What are the spread here, David?
Okay, so Gunner, definitely a Vesk sergeant.
Norbert Drobot.
Yeah, Norbert Drobot. Cheryl Spitznagel is absolutely a Kasatha. Edwin Durbin Isaki.
Yeah, who's going with me on this?
I'm going. Let's have Mr. Bubbles come too, because he's going to instill some fear.
Yeah, I'll come.
Time to have a
Wherever
drink.
Mr. Rebels goes.
Fantastic. And we'll go ahead and go to the bar, and we'll grab some drinks. Token spell. I'll carry our drinks to the table in the air, set them down at the table, and go.
Edwin, Norbert, Cheryl, good to see you again.
Hello.
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 Yes, hello. How are you all doing? Do you have your drinks? You feeling good?
I'd feel better if I knew what we were getting into.
Yes, what we were getting into. Let's get some more drinks over here, please.
And I wave over to the bartender. And
Captain, are we on duty right now?
Are you in your fatigues right now?
No, but we were told to come in plain clothes. Should we really be drinking while on duty?
Well,
Oh, Jesus, I'm not going to like this one.
so few things. We don't talk in public about what you're here for. We're old friends, getting together for a drink.
and I slap the big Vesk on the back and laugh loudly.
Good. Norbert's got it. So, there's a couple of things that I'd like to discuss with you. Everybody sit down, have a drink, get to know each other. We're going to be traveling together for some time.
Well, Captain Vale, it's nice to meet another Isaki.
Edwin, yes.
Yes,
How's your ship skills?
I can't say I'm as good as the well-known pilot Verican Hart, but I do my best.
I've heard that many times before.
You're just pumping up his ego, Edwin. Just hope he doesn't shoot you.
Successful diplomacy check on Verican Hart.
He does? Can I sense motive that? Is he being truthful? I got a 29.
You discern all truths.
You're flattered.
Yeah, damn it. I'm shaking.
Damn.
Cheryl, tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a corporal, engineer. I studied at a place where you study to be an engineer.
Stop.
Yes?
Don't tell me about your experience. Tell me about you.
Oh, Well, I have a side income as a butterfly collector.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, find them beautiful. They only live for a few days, you know.
Well, so will all of us after we get going.
What?
So, no, but it's interesting to talk to another Vesk. Mine doesn't talk much.
Yes, I've heard stories of the famous Mr. Bubbles.
How
Who doesn't
famous
speak.
are we?
Within the stewards, you are certainly known, at least. The survivors of the Endeavor incident.
We're gonna have to take our tab and get out of here. And I put up my finger to the bartender.
I'm sorry, I forgot we're not supposed to talk shop here.
No, but if you ever say the Endeavor's name in public around me again, I will rip your body in twain with the portal to another dimension.
He looks at you skeptically, but with just a little bit of trepidation.
I'll pay the tab. Let's get out of here. These rookies can't keep their mouths shut.
They're not trained to be covert.
Yeah, I'd say we head back to Barry's then.
All right, you head back to Barry's. You can, he's got a little office where you can sit. Like it's like the waiting room for people, like at a mechanics, for people who are waiting for their repairs to be done. So there's like a little K-cup thing and a Keurig.
Oh, nice.
And some chairs
like
that are
leather chairs.
at one point were comfortable but are pretty worn down now.
Yeah.
There's a TV with some terrible thing on.
Space operas.
Yeah, space operas. Yeah,
Space soaps.
they're still just as bad as
My
ever.
father will kill me if I marry a Vesk.
But Cheryl, you're an Isaki. If you marry a Vesk, he'll kill you.
Damn it, I love you. I don't want to love anyone else.
I only let him put it in my cheek pouches. It's fine.
Those cheek pouches were for us, Cheryl.
They're so deep. Although it
It's like
doesn't
your
speak.
cheek pouches could handle more than one bulk all of a sudden.
I was just gonna I'm gonna check with Barry and Barry, how long do you think we've got on the ship?
Well, I can have it ready pretty soon.
Great. Do you have any place, or you know of any place that we could lie low for a couple of days? I don't think you have enough room in the shop for us and the 3 new tag-alongs.
Just stay on the ship, can't we?
Yeah, you can stay on your ship. My crew will be out of there by night.
Then let's shuttle back.
All right, you can take my shuttle. I'll drive you myself.
Sounds good, Barry.
Who is this? Another Vesk. Nice to meet you, brother. Hello.
David
Mr. Bubbles walks away.
Mr. Bowles walks away angry because he's his brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, I've angered my actual brother.
It's an awkward shuttle ride to the Zuriel.
This is the weirdest place in all of Starfinder is Bubbles Repair Shop.
All right, so you all get back to the Zuriel. You do. I think you have like extra like rooms that you're not using, like the servants' quarters.
Yeah, we have like guest rooms, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do. We didn't convert those.
All right. Did you want to have any more conversation with your new crew members, or do we want to skip ahead till
God, please
time
no.
to go? Well, then once you head out and head towards the Diaspora, all you'll really need to do is roll me a d6 to see how many days it takes to get there. 5 days to get to the Diaspora. Bit of a journey.
Can I make a check when like we're traveling there? Do I detect any like outgoing communications from the ship other than because like we had to make it clear that it's radio silence once we get under this area and start leaving.
Oh, so you just want to keep a tight watch on like this crew that you've got?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, sure. Go ahead and make a computer's check. Yeah.
22.
You do not pick anything up. Seems clean.
Well, then a couple days into the travel to the Diaspora, I'm going to pull Edwin, Norbert, and Cheryl aside and fill them in on the mission.
They take on everything that you're saying and they understand and are ready to do their duty. So once you get there, what I am going to need are a series of skill checks to try and locate where this signal is coming from and try and get there. So from anybody who wants to make them, I'm going to need computers checks, piloting checks, and life science checks.
So is this, you want us to do each of these things, or we each can do one of these things?
Yeah, you each could do one of these things.
Computers check. I am going to star point that with a natural 1, and I feel like I should do that. 29 computers check.
Excellent.
So he did the computer check, but we also need him to do the pilot check.
That's fine. One person can do more than one.
Pilot check is a 21.
All right.
What were the other things?
I would like a life science check if somebody has one.
I get a 17.
You begin to track down the signal emanation from the Cervantes. The Diaspora is a geographically diverse region of space marked by millions of asteroids, ranging in size from less than a meter across to hundreds of miles in diameter. These planetoids are scattered over so vast a region of space, however, that collisions between them are rare. The majority of the Diaspora is formed from the debris of 2 planets called Damiar and Lovo, which were destroyed in the primordial time prior to the gap. Little is known of the geographical makeup of these twin worlds, but their geology is readily apparent by researching the composition of the local planetary debris. The Diaspora is a place rife with piracy. So it takes a while. The checks are pretty darn good, though, all told. So it takes 2 days for you to track down where the signal of the Cervantes is. Once you find it, I will say you get within, say, 20 miles of it, and at that point you can determine how you would like to approach. It is in among some small asteroids.
Is it alone?
We would need some kind of scanner check to do that.
Can I do my scrying?
Sure, why not?
Gosh, do we think it's alone?
So yeah, it's mysticism. That's using the scrying ship action.
Right.
It's basically using the scan action,
Yes.
but using mysticism instead of computers.
Okay, so it looks like it gives me 5 things here. Basic information, defenses, weapons, load, other. What do you want to know?
Do you know its defenses?
I think we want to find out if it's alone. Like, are there any other ships?
Would that just
we
be
worry about?
under other? Is it alone? Do I notice any other ships when I scan the area?
You do not notice any other ships. You do, however, notice some interesting signatures coming from some of the asteroids. You think there's some kind of heavy equipment on some of the asteroids that surround this ship.
Such as possible weapons?
Yes. Here is a picture of the Cervantes.
Oh, that's sleek as fuck. Let's take that as our
Kind
ship.
of a sexy ship, man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's like a B-52 bomber.
Yeah.
It's sexier.
It's like one of those
SR-71.
classic.
Looks like
It's more like the SR-71.
Oh, okay. You guys know stuff like that sort of stuff better than I do, I guess. Black triangle-y ship, and I just think B-52, so.
No, this is much more sleek and pointed.
Since you are a ways away, I would like another scan check because they're going to be trying to scan for you as well. And what I'd like to do is essentially make competing scan checks to see if they detect you or not. There's no rules for this, so I'm making it up.
Well, see, that's the thing. We want them to find us.
That's fine.
But not yet.
Yeah.
Not until we get within 12 miles for the jammer.
That's true.
They still don't know why we're here, so we shouldn't. We still have the plan in action if we need to do that, but they still don't know that we're here. So.
And are we in our ships yet, or are we still in the Zuriel?
I'd say we're still in the Zuriel for the moment. Because we don't want them to get off a scan outside of 12 miles and detect the 2 other ships.
Right.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. While you guys are doing your scans and something like that, I'll hand the reins over to the steward pilot, and I'm gonna start prepping the escape pod.
Kirsch, why don't you give me another mysticism check as an engineering check against their engineering check to see if they discover you.
I don't know if this matters, but we have a modifier of 2 next to our.
I guess I'm gonna space point it.
Fuck. You rolled a 1 and they rolled a 20.
Can I space point yours so you have to reroll?
Fuck.
This is gonna be really hard to beat a 30, guys.
Well, do we get our +2 because we have basic scanners? Because that's what it says underneath the modifier.
Yeah, I'd give you a +2 for that.
Okay.
I would say use a space point on that.
Well, I'm gonna use a space point. I'm just trying to decide if there's anything else I can do to boost this thing.
Well, I mean, the computers, but that's during combat.
I mean, we're already doing things that are meant for combat out of combat, so it's okay. Yeah. Go ahead and use that space point.
Oh, there we go. 32.
Well, you managed to defeat them. Like, for just a moment, there's just a moment where Kirsch realizes that their computers might be picking you up, and you just quick scramble with all your little Sheeran limbs, the codes that you need to stop that from happening, and you think you did it. You think you held off their scanners. Just barely.
Koshk, I've never seen you that flustered before. Is everything okay over there?
Yes. Everything's fine.
Good, I think.
Don't mind us. Just do we want Kirsch to actually cast augury from the Hero deck?
Yes.
I guess first we need to decide what question we should
You're
ask.
going to die.
I'm going to ask about the results for a particular course of action. So, like, is flying up to, what was that ship called? The Cervantes a good idea? How's that sound? That sound good enough?
That's sweet.
You're the one casting it.
Well, yeah, but I'd like some input from the captain on whether it's a good idea.
No.
Maybe we scry to find out the best place on their ship for ingress. We're finding the best place to land the tiny fighter ships.
Yeah, I like that.
I would say you could try to do that. You did scan the ship, so I'd say you probably know what this ship is. You could potentially check your database to see if you can pull up information about it, but it might be modified from what the standard ship is.
Yeah, I would say I would want to do that for sure. What kind of check would you want for that?
It'd be physical science or I suppose piloting.
Yeah, we'll go with physical science. Good, 26.
Yeah, so you're easily able to pull up the blueprints for what this initial ship is. It's called the Griffin model, and its airlock is on the bottom of the ship next to its cargo bay, which also opens.
So maybe the best question for the Hero deck is something more along the lines of, will it be the best for us to dock in that place or to try to go into the cargo bay? I can't imagine that the airlock's probably the best, I would imagine.
I mean, all I can tell is basically is good or bad, so
I don't know. That's like I said, I was trying maybe we get a little more specific information and try to ask something more like that, because I mean, whether or not this is the whole situation is a good idea or not is pretty up to interpretation, I would think.
I was more going off of just like our plan in general, like having the decoy while we go in for docking. Is that in general
A good plan.
a good
based on
plan?
what they have.
based on their defenses and stuff like that.
I'm down with that.
Okay. I'm going to roll a D100 to see if, we'll just see what happens. I have done so.
And that uses a resolve point.
Wheel and woe.
Well, that's not very helpful.
I was afraid of that.
So, I mean, that could mean, it's a good tactic, but they're set up to overcome it, or our ship might get blown up, but we'll survive.
Yeah, that's kind of that was my initial reaction, is that we lose the Zuriel and gain the Cervantes.
Problem is, we just spent a ton of stuff upgrading the Zuriel.
Mm-hmm.
So are you ready to move into position and launch your attack?
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first step will be...
Speech, Captain Speech.
Speech?
Yeah, speech.
Hey, before we leave the ship, I would like to take everything out of my room, all my weapons. I'm gonna be super encumbered, but I'm grabbing everything in case our ship blows up.
Okay.
I'm not losing any of my shit.
We'll have Mr. Bubbles be unloading the room while I'm giving the speech to the newbies.
Mr. Bubbles can barely fit into the seat of the little ships that you're going to be taking.
Because he's Mr. Bubbles, or because of all the shit he
Both.
has?
Both.
Crew, I fully expect to be able to come back to my ship. Must be careful, though. It seems as though they have some weapons installations scattered about the asteroids surrounding the Cervantes. Be nimble, Edwin. Evade, evade, evade. Cheryl, try not to let anything bypass the shields. Sergeant, do your best to take out the installations of weapons that we suspect are on the asteroids around. We'll handle the Cervantes to the best of our ability.
Aye, aye, they all say.
And if you mess up, you're all dead. All right.
But he's correct, yes. Yes, if you fuck this up, you die.
Well, if they fuck this up, we might all die.
Don't fuck this up. Well, good luck. We'll see you on the other side.
In a world where mysterious drift leeches are turning innocent people into undead, and nobody knows who's pulling the strings or why, only one crew can stand against them. Now they're facing the greatest challenge of their lives. Will they survive, or will they be turned to space dust? Find out next time as we continue. And until then, may you live in a world where you have many great space adventures of your own.
It's your turn.